Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you my impressions of the Softopper Truck Cap. I've had this now for 2 years, so I want to give you my impressions of how it's held up and some pros and cons. I've had hard shell truck caps in the past, and this is my first time owning a Softopper. And there's definitely some advantages to this and a few disadvantages. And so I'll get into that, but let me just kind of give you an overview of this thing. The fabric is like a waterproof canvas, kind of like what you see on Jeep tops that are soft tops. It's really heavy duty. It's waterproof. There are seams in it around. When they ship this to you, they include some seam sealers, so you can go inside and seam seal it, and I did that. But I'll show you how easy it is to get into. Obviously, that could be a disadvantage if you're worried about security. But I've never had any issues with security on this because I found that you keep things out of sight. That's a big part of it. So flip up the top. All right, and so you can see on the inside, it's got your metal superstructure up here on the inside. It's got these tie downs here that keep it kind of in place. And with clips on here, there are these rails that come from the factory with these C-clamps that you just put on the bed rails. So it's pretty easy to install, and it's super easy to break down, to take off. One person, only takes me literally maybe a couple of minutes to take the whole thing off or to fold it back and utilize the bed. And I could never do that with a hard shell, so that's one thing I really love about this. But since I've got this up here, I want to show you kind of a cool thing you can do with these. Actually pull off these sides. Roll them up. So this thing, you could actually do the back the same way and the sides, roll it up like that, go down the freeway. If you had maybe a dog or something in the back, wanting to get a lot of airflow, it's fine like this. All right, I want to show you kind of how easy it is to break this thing down and lay it flat. So first thing you got to do is unsnap the sides. And by the way, I keep this topper on probably about 6 to 7 months out of the year or more. More so in the winter, fall, winter, spring, when where it's going to be rainy and I'm doing a lot of camping or whatever. And these snaps, super heavy duty, everything is held up amazing. So I unsnap the sides. I already unsnapped that side. And all I do, I'm just going to release the tension a tiny bit on that. I'm just going to undo this clip on this side, and then again on the other side, right here. All right, just do that, and the whole thing just folds down like that. And I don't have it with me right now, but I do. They sell sort of like a cover for it, so when it's folded down like this, it goes around it, snaps it, it's all concealed, watertight, and you can drive around with this and utilize the bed. All right, so to get the thing on and off, you just have these cotter pins right here. This little guy here that's going to hold this thing on. This rail here, like you put on here with these C-clamps, which includes the connector for this. So basically undo these things, pop it off, and the whole thing only weighs a few pounds, like maybe 4 or 5 pounds. It's really easy to get on and off. To get it back, all I do is I clip that side, clip this side. I give it a little tug, not too tight, but just till it's, take the slack out of it, okay? because there's another one of these up front which is already tensioned. Pretty easy. And then I just snap the sides back in. All right, now to close this up, you have these little things right here that you just slide in, and then a snap just goes down. You zip it, hit the Velcro, do the same to the other side. And that's how easy it is to open it, close it, fold it down, everything. So a couple of things that I don't like about this is it took me a little while to get used to. When you get a hard shell truck cap, it actually conforms to the width of the bed rails. It's sort of a custom fit cap for your truck. This is not necessarily like that. I mean, they do make Softopper makes models specific to trucks, but as you can see, this bed rail is wider up here and narrower down here, so you get this sort of weird gap right here that gets bigger down here and less big down here. So it almost, when you come from a hard shell to this, it almost looks like the Softopper is maybe a little bit small for the truck. I got used to it really quickly, but that was just something appearance-wise, like it was just kind of weird for me in the beginning. In terms of security, a lot of people say, well, you could easily get into it. There's no way to lock this. And it's never been a problem for me. I don't put anything valuable back here. Unless, you know, if I'm camping, I might have a generator or something back here, but it's not, I figure that if you keep things out of sight, that's the biggest thing. Of course, people can look through the window, but I've never been in a situation where I felt like security was an issue here. So you might want to take that into consideration. In terms of water tightness, I've camped in this thing, and when I go fishing or when I have stuff in here when I'm camping with the trailer and it rains a lot, I've never had any problems with any leakage or anything getting really wet. Sometimes if I don't tighten it up front or get these things down tight here, sometimes water will seep in. It's really rare though. Like I said, I've slept in the back of this thing during windstorms and rainstorms and was very comfortable. I have a little buddy heater in the back. It's been great. So I think that I would highly recommend these to anybody that wants a really versatile topper for their truck. They look pretty cool, I think, and it's very, very easy to install, to take off one person. Anyways, that's my review, and it's been held up great for 2 years. I'm going to hope I get another couple of years, 3, 4, or 5 years. Maybe I'll do another review in a couple of years to let people know how it's held up. But so far, it's awesome. Thanks.